I'm Avery, and today I decided to do a pointless run of Super Mario Bros. 3, both in gameplay and in concept. You see, a couple weeks ago I was watching Sea of Gaming's video on New Super Luigi U low score routing, and I wondered, I wonder if Super Mario Bros. 3 has any interesting routes. And the only thing I could really find was a task from like 2012, so I thought I'd give it a little update, something that's not TAS and humanly possible. So today we're gonna figure out what is the lowest score possible to beat Super Mario Bros. 3. So let's set some guidelines for this run. Guideline number 1, no game over since they reset your score, so it's basically cheating. And guideline 2 is just avoid pointless points whenever possible. And that's it. Glitches and cheat codes and everything else, those are completely fine and allowed. So every good run has to have good routing, so why don't we go through that real quick. In World 1, we are going to have to play 1-3 so we can get a Tanuki suit from the Toad House, because using items on the map actually doesn't give you points. We can use that Tanuki suit in the World 1 castle so that we can fly up and grab the Warp Whistle, which we're going to need to warp to World 8. We're also going to have to play 1-5 and 1-6 to get the other Toad House for a Fire Flower so that we can avoid getting points from killing Boom Boom like 3 times in World 8. So why don't we go through each level individually and see how many pointless points we actually have to collect. 1-1 is pretty easy, just run and jump and make sure you don't get any points. It's probably the easiest level in the run ever. 1-2 is also really easy. The winged Goombas can be a pain sometimes, but they're pretty easy still. Just sort of rinse and repeat level 1. The only real notable thing that happens in 1-3 is where we have to wait this one part to do some weird black magic glitch bullshit to erase this Koopa from the timeline, so we don't accidentally get killed by it while trying to crouch behind this white block in order to go backstage and collect the Warp Whistle. I don't really know why this happens, so I'm just gonna blame it on the NES being the NES and leave it there. One castle is another really easy level. There's just enough room by the Dry Bones to build up P-speed in order to fly up to the Warp Whistle room. And a really nice thing about these Warp Whistle rooms is they actually don't give you any points for the timer. So, pointless stages. Love that. 1-5 is also really easy. You just gotta make sure to avoid the Buzzy Beetles on the initial slope down to the cave and you should be fine. 1-6 is another pretty easy level, just gotta make sure you don't get any of the coins floating everywhere, and you should be good. Now we can use these Warp Whistles we got from 1-3 and 1 Castle to head straight to World 8, where the real nightmare begins. So World 8 fucking sucks, and it's all because of these little motherfuckers. You see, when bombs explode, they kill the other bombs around it, which for some reason rewards us with despicable points. So 90% of World 8 is going to be figuring out how to stop these guys from going a full-on kamikaze. Obviously, jumping on them is out of the question, so we're going to have to wait until they're about to explode, and then pick them up and kick them out of the way. So let's start with 8 Tank, and see what horrors await us. In about 5 seconds into 8 Tank, we run into the most difficult challenge of the run. These 2 fucking cannons that shoot bombs. So, I'm just gonna show you a quick montage of all my failures just to show you how fucking stupid this area is. So, what's actually going on here? Well, we have to wait for a bomb to shoot out of this cannon so we don't get hit while picking up this bomb and kicking it to the left. Then we have to do the same thing, except for this bomb, we have to kick it to the right in order to manipulate the bomb that was just shot out of the left cannon to coming to us. So you can then kick off to the left, pick up the last bomb, kick it off to the left, and we're good. No points. But that is not the last challenge this level has to offer. The next bomb section is pretty easy. You just have one cannon. You just gotta make sure to crouch jump to duck under the cannonballs and you should be fine. Next area, basically a rinse and repeat of the last one. Just hug the wall, grab the bombs, make sure you duck jump. Just make sure you don't kill these rocky wrenches on either side and you should be good. This area is another rinse and repeat, you know, with one cannon. Just make sure you don't kill the rocky wrenches, chuck the bombs off to the left, and you should be good. The next section after this, though, is hell. So we're gonna slow this one back down. We gotta grab this bomb, chuck it over, make sure you get it in that little crevice between the cannon and the wall. Grab that bomb, you're gonna move it to the right to lure that over there. Move back over to the left to lure the other bomb over there. Throw those two bombs over to the left, and then make sure you don't get hit, get that fucking miracle thing, and then make sure you grab that bomb and chuck it out of the way, because there's another bomb cannon there. And you're pretty much, you know, home free, I think. And then the only real thing you need to worry about is just killing the boomerang bro with your tail, so you only get 100 points from it, which is, you know, easy. I also got this weird interaction with these bombs where I like blew them up and it gave me 2 1-ups for some reason. I don't know why that happened, I just thought that was interesting. And that was 8 Tank, definitely the hardest level in the run. So let's move on over to 8 Boat thing. I don't know what it is specifically, but let's move on to that. 8 Boat is pretty easy compared to 8 Tank. There's only 2 problematic areas with bombs. One here, you just have to weave in between the cannons, but you only have to throw 1 bomb, so it's pretty easy. And then over by the boss pipe, for some reason, there are 2 bombs placed in a manner where one will kill the other for no reason, probably because Nintendo hates us. Also, we can kill Boo Boom with fireballs, which means we don't get any points for killing him. Only the timer points left on the timer. But, yeah, that is 8 Boat. Moving on to 8 Airship, it's pretty easy compared to the last 2 levels we just played. Just make sure not to accidentally step on the rocky wrenches while you're jumping from platform to platform, and kill Boom Boom with fire, obviously for a pointless kill, and we only get 50 timer points from this level. 8 one's pretty easy, just make sure you don't fall in between these bullet blasters because there's an invisible block there which gives you points because some asshole dev wanted to fuck with me specifically. 8-2 would give us 1,000 points for killing the sun, but luckily there's a convenient shortcut right here that lets us skip over the part where we spawn the sun and it just sort of teleports us to the end of the level, so that's pretty sick. Unfortunately, in 8 Castle, we do have to break this brick block to get into this door to progress, which does give us 10 nasty points, so that gives us 60 total points for the level, including timer points. We are now on the final stretch. The second to last level in this run has 2 sections with bomb cannons. This first one you can just sort of hug the wall, grab the bomb, and you can just keep grabbing them right before the cannonball hits you, and you should be good. For some reason it doesn't kill the rocky wrench over to the right, but I'm not complaining. This next section isn't that bad either. You just have to make sure that you can get over these cannonballs that are being shot by the cannon on the right so that you can not get hit and lose your fire flower, which you do need for the pointless Boom Boom kill here. And now we're moving on to the final level of the run, Bowser's Castle. And Bowser's Castle is pretty anticlimactic. It's basically just regular old platforming, except you have to wait at the door to the boss room until exactly 57 seconds of the timer, so you can just sort of just crouch there and wait for Bowser to kill himself at 1 second left. And you did it! We beat Super Mario Bros. 3 with 660 points. Or did we? You see, I noticed something interesting happened when I restarted the game after the credits rolled. That's right, our inventory gets filled with P-Wings. This means we can actually cut out 1-5 and 1-6, saving us 100 points. So in reality, the lowest score possible to beat Super Mario Bros. 3 is 560 points. Thank you for watching.